Hi, everybody, and welcome to Chicks and Sticks, Cigars in the Silver Screen. We're doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be live from the show floor for TPE 2022 here in Sin City. So, because we're wandering around and this is live, we don't know what could happen. Strange things can happen. People can jump on the camera, so we're just going to go for it. Just hang in there with us. I'm going to take you around and we're going to talk to a couple cigar manufacturers, a couple that are new to me that I've heard of, but I haven't tried. And so it's really nice to be here to meet them and talk to them. And so we're going to have a lot of fun. You can kind of see what the floor is like and how this rolls. Pretty fun. So we have some interviews lined up, including Steve Saka. So be sure and hang in there. We're going to start with PDR Cigars, and we'll work our way over there while you watch the intro. Hi guys, we're back live and we're here at PDR Cigars. We'll have him come over in just a minute and talk to us. But we'll show you, in the meantime, we'll show you the display here. Can you zoom in on some of the cigars? No, you can't. Well, they're really beautiful. And I don't know how many people have tried PDR cigars, but I have not. So I was really excited to come over here and look at the sticks and see what they have to offer. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be carrying some of these at Sinner's Cigar Lounge. So, yeah, I mean, look at this beautiful stick. Really, really nice. So, just waiting here for a second. This is the problem with lives. Okay, well, can you spin around and show people what's around you? JM Tobacco is behind us. Wow. Back with the owner from PDR. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, how you doing?
So this was one of the first places I stopped in when I came in to TPE yesterday because I have no experience with PDR cigars. I thought they looked delicious. The bands are beautiful, so I wanted to come over and find out what they're about. So tell us a little bit about where you're from, how long you've been in business. Give me just some meat.
PDR has been around since 2004. We were called Pinal del Rio before. Then we changed it to PDR. We are one of the 10 biggest manufacturers in the Republic. We're part of Pro Cigar. Pro Cigar is an association of cigar manufacturers. So you have Davidoff, Fuente, Carrillo, La Flor Dominicana, Altades, Tabacalera Garcia. I'm number 10 of those. Core lines from 1878. That's the one everybody knows, the 1878 line, Santiago. And Criollito is our big European blend. That's the orange box over there. And then this year we're bringing back the Connecticut Valley Reserve. It's our broadleaf wrapper. So
that's a beautiful cigar. Take it out. So you tell me if it's focusing. Just a beautiful band. That's a beautiful stick. Really, really nice. And then tell them you have a birthday blend or something, right? That's special.
This Corona Troubadour. We didn't do Corona Cypher Troubadour. We used to do Pelicoso Robusto Toro. And then I was always smoking this Corona for myself. So we launched it for my birthday. It's a 6x44 size Corona. More spicier, has more Nicaragua in it, more jalapa. It's doing phenomenal.
So I told them that I'm planning on getting these sticks in Center Cigar Club, my lounge. So I'm super excited about that. I kind of did a quick preview, so I'm going to come back and talk about which blends I might be interested in, but super excited. So thank you for talking to us. How's the show going? Do you enjoy this?
It's different compared to PCA. It's different.
Yeah, it is. They definitely both have their personality, I think, and I think there's more boutique guys here, and it has just a little different feeling. But yeah. But it's nice when we all come together, and it's nice to see people discovering different brands, exchanging ideas, and all of that. It's a great community. So yeah.
Nice, very good.
Well, thanks for jumping on with us. PDR Cigars.
Thank you.
Okay. So our next stop is with Sirena Cigars, which is a cigar that you don't see very often, hard to find. I saw somebody post it on Instagram, beautiful mermaid logo, and I was like, I have to try that cigar, and I looked and looked and looked for the cigar, and eventually found a gift box and bought the cigar. But I didn't realize how many blends and cigars they have in the line. It's a woman-owned company, which I love that. So we're gonna go around and talk to La Sirena next. Here we are with La Sirena Cigars. So super beautiful logo. The one that I bought was the Oceano, and I haven't smoked it yet. So I've just been waiting. And so when I bumped into them, I was really excited.
Jacket on?
Just the way you are is fine. And it's live, so you can just come right on around. That's okay. Okay, so here we are. La Sirena Cigars. I told him that it's your daughter, his daughter who owns the company. We showed these beautiful bands. I told him which one do you want to show them the Mexican Siren band? That's your newest, right?
Yes. So Mexican Mermaid
Mexican Mermaid, yeah.
is our newest release. This is a box press Toro, 53, 54, and 5 3/4. And
And you know how I love box press, so that's going to be my next cigar.
this is La Sirena, the Mermaid, and we call it a Lancero, but it's a 42, so some people calling it a Lonsdale.
Oh, okay.
Potato. But
yeah.
I call it a Lancero.
Yeah.
This is my daughter's size. She liked Coronas.
Yeah, okay.
Came out with a Robusto.
Oh, yeah.
This is traditional 5x50.
That's what I like, a
So
Robusto.
this was the original one, came out in September. These two sizes came out Thanksgiving. And our March release is going to be a 6x60. I don't smoke them, but there's a big
Oh.
demand for it. So we came out with a 6x60, and these will be available in March.
So everybody on here knows I love a big ring gauge.
Oh, really?
Did I take one of those with me?
You can.
I think I need to. I gotta try the 6x60.
Box press.
Perfect.
And I know you like this size.
Yes.
At least I do.
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, who doesn't? Oh my God, that's so beautiful.
And here's the Robusto.
So who does your bands?
Albert Cigar Rings in Dominican Republic.
Okay. Well, they're super beautiful. So did your daughter have anything to do with the logo and the design? Or
Everything. So this is
Okay.
this is our original La Sirena. We call it the original. It's the company started La Sirena. Cigar was La Sirena, but now that we came out with other lines, we're calling this La Sirena Original.
Okay, nice.
And there's
Oh yeah, it's
purple
so
in here and blues and red.
beautiful.
So this was the original design.
Okay.
And what we decided to do is take the same band and change colors for each cigar.
Okay.
So
Which is nice. It's easy for people. Because
Right.
I've talked to people sometimes and they forget what they're smoking, but they're like, it's the blue band.
so the Mexican Mermaid, we made the colors of the Mexican flag.
Excellent.
It has the coin, the La Sirena coin in the middle, which is like the coin of the Mexican flag. Well, not like that coin, but they have
Okay.
a coin in their flag.
Okay.
And then this is my daughter's favorite, La Sirena LT. So a lighter cigar,
Is it
Ecuador and
Connecticut?
Connecticut, yeah.
Okay.
So we put the yellows in the band,
Yeah, beautiful.
No. and then
Oh my God, the bands are beautiful.
this one, we went a little different. Everything is water themed.
Yeah.
Ariel the Mermaid,
Yeah.
the sizes of cigars, Sea Sprite, King Poseidon,
Nice.
Divine. So
This is the one I bought when I went searching for
Right,
your
this was-
cigars. I bought a gift.
that was in the gift
Yeah,
pack.
one of each Vitola.
Yeah. So the Oceana, we had a gift pack which came with
A lighter. I got a lighter and was it a cutter?
just a lighter
A lighter?
and 5 cigars,
Okay.
one of each
In a
size.
beautiful box.
Yeah, it was
With a glass
the
top
blue,
so you
blue
can see.
wooden box
Yeah.
carved out for each cigar size and the
Yeah.
lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a cool lighter with the mermaid on it. And you're changing the lighter. So I'll have like kind of a collector's item.
Yeah, we are same design. We're going black with a black box with one of each cigar in it. So it's going to be a gift pack with this lighter with the La Sirena logo on it. So that's the new gift
Okay,
pack.
perfect. And they can go to, do you have a .com? Do you have a website like that for ordering?
Well, we only sell to stores.
Okay, good.
So
Because I'm going to get some, so you're going to have to come to Sinner's Lounge and get it.
right. So you go to our website, you'll see all the cigars,
Okay,
everything we
perfect.
have. You'll see the stores that carry us.
Okay,
And if the store is not near you, you go to info@laserenacigars.com, which is on our website. You send me an email, and I'll hook you over to the store that will ship it
Okay,
to you.
perfect.
If you know, but we're not
Okay.
really an online company. We're
Yeah.
a brick and mortar.
Good. That's great. We need that. So, yeah. It helps us serve our customers better, I think. So, okay, so that's great. So you're gonna be seeing reviews. I'm gonna be smoking these in the very near future and doing some reviews on them and figuring out, thank you, what I'm gonna carry. Look at that. And
Sweet.
God, the bands are just, I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
have to do something with the bands, like collage a box or something. They're just too beautiful. They're like artwork.
Yeah, my daughter took a humidor and glued all the bands
Yeah.
and made it,
Yeah.
and she took a band and put it on a lighter and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I mean, the cigars are beautiful in themselves, but band artwork is, I love band artwork. These, like this whole, the points, it's like a captain's wheel at the top of it. It's
Yes.
just stunning. So I'll be sure and take some really close-up pictures and post those as well so you guys can really see what these look like. They're just stunning.
We're gonna get
So- Okay. She's not there. I was gonna set these down. I have a lot of things in my hand, but I'm not letting go of these cigars.
make it easier for you to carry the robustos. So
Oh, okay, perfect.
I have these in here
Okay,
with the
perfect.
robusto of that.
Okay, perfect.
So
And
this way
this
you have a
cute
nice
little
little-
box. Closer. La Sirena, you say, because I've been saying La Serena.
That's okay, potato, potato.
Okay.
I mean,
You kind of have a New York accent,
Right.
so
so,
it's Spanish with
okay.
a New York accent.
is it Bovita or Bovida?
I know.
It's the same
I say
thing.
Bovita.
Was
Yeah.
or ways? That's a thing that tells us how to get places.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think it's way. I don't know. I think I say ways.
And I say
Is
was.
it route or route?
I think you're right. Because everyone tells me I'm wrong.
Right.
But I'm used to being told that.
No.
So hey,
That's
listen,
because your daughter owns the company. You're never going to be
I
right.
have 3 daughters and my wife. So I'm never right.
Okay. I get it. Oh, that's great. So I had a great time meeting you.
Thank you. I was secondary band on every cigar.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because
Okay.
you take that big band off and need a little.
Yeah.
That comes off early.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Some people, we've had discussions about that. Whether you smoke your cigar naked or you leave it on. I leave it on until I get to the band and then I take the band off because I love the band. It's
Yeah.
part of the artwork. And also, I find that when you have the band on, people start conversations with you in a lounge. If they've not smoked your cigar before, they'll be like, "What are you smoking?"
Yeah. Well, my daughter's known for the big band.
Yeah,
So,
I like it. So I just made myself a cigar. It has a giant band too, because I'm just a little bit extra. So good for her. I get it. I know how that is. So thank you for talking
you
with
very
us.
much.
I'm so excited I saw you here.
I'm glad you
because
came by.
now I found you, and I'm definitely going to carry you in my lounge. So, and a card, awesome. Oh my God, even the card is really cool. Has like a pirate ship on it. Of course, you can't have mermaids without pirates.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much. Nice
I'll
meeting
be
you.
seeing you because I'm still here at the show for a couple days. So I'll be
Sounds
back
good.
on.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are now going.
Here we go.
I don't know who's next. Hey, you're live.
I'm not going to shake her hand anymore.
You're live.
I
You're live
want,
on my show. Be
and I'd like to inform you,
kind of family friendly.
my name is Osvaldo Morales, and we have a Buffalo 10 that I wanted you to see. Kevin is going to show you that Buffalo 10.
Okay. I've been looking all over for you today. When I'm done with my show, I'll come. We have to meet somewhere.
I want you to buy these cigars because those cigars are going to do good in your shop because I said so.
Yeah. You know, the Tabacalera,
Yes,
that guy was in my lounge.
very well. They make the cigars for me.
Yeah, he was in my lounge. Great guy.
Check out the products.
Okay. Well, we're going to just take a little wayward thing and then we'll head over here. 10 minutes, Grace? Okay. So here we are, Tabacalera El Artista. I mean, how can you go wrong with a cigar called the Big Papi?
Well, it's by David Ortiz. Man, Birdie's a Hall of Famer, which is fantastic news. Just happened this week.
Okay. Really? Just this week?
The news
Oh,
just
that's
came out.
awesome.
I mean, we always knew he was a Hall of Famer, but now it's official,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's great. And what's your name?
My name is Kevin Newman.
Okay. Nice to meet you. I'm
Likewise.
Paula, Chicks and Sticks on Instagram.
Nice to meet you.
This is my show, Chicks and Sticks, Cigars in the Silver Screen. So I do it live every week. So this is kind of impromptu that we're talking to you. It's great that you're
My
able to
pleasure.
jump on. So it looks like you've got a couple different sticks. These are beautiful. I'm a box press fan, so I'm drawn to these cigars right here.
Well, let's talk about those first.
Okay.
So Buffalo 10 really shows the power of our factory. So we have a
Okay.
factory in Fields, been around since 1965 in that area.
Okay.
This is a $5 retail box press cigar. It smokes like a $10 cigar. All long leaf fill. Every blend is very different. With the Maduro, you're going to get a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of apricot, and a little bit of spice on the back. With the natural, you're going to get a lot of woodsy notes,
Okay.
cedar, get some of the better wood that you want out of a cigar. And then with the Connecticut, you get a little bit of lemon wood, get a little bit of cedar, and a very light hint of spice. I'm smoking the Maduro right here. It's actually performing quite well considering the conditions out here in Vegas.
Yeah.
and it sat in a warehouse for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Again, $5 price point,
Wow,
three different
that's
wrappers. Sell them in a 40 count tray like you see here. We also sell them in 5-packs.
okay.
There's no upcharge for the 5-pack, just a 5 grab and go. Again, quality tobaccos at a very, very sharp price. Moving on to the Big Papi by David Ortiz. Got the original blend. This is the factory blend that we made for him when he was just a ball player, hadn't doing his thing. He's like, "Can you make me some cigars? Send it up to me." We're like, "Yeah, not a problem." Send him some naked bundles. He'd smoke them, have a good time, give them away to his friends. When he went to retire, he said, "Hey, you make this cigar for us?" I said, "Sure, we can do that." He goes, "Can you put it in a box with me on it?" "Yeah, we could do that." "Can you sell it at retail?" "Oh yeah, we could definitely do that."
Yeah.
So this is the original blend that he came out with. A little bit of leather, a little bit of spice, a little bit of citrus, kind of like being at Fenway Park on opening day.
Nice.
A couple years later, he said, "I wanted something a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger." So we came out with a Gordo XL that's a 60 by 7. Big in the hand, a lot of power.
What's it from?
This is San Andres.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a little bit of Nicaragua and some Pennsylvania in it as well to round it out. So it's a little bit stronger than the original middle of the road Big Papi. This is a go-to cigar for a lot of guys. They're going to watch a baseball game. They're going to hang out with their buddies. This cigar will last that 2 hours, 2.5 hours. You may see here the shiny little thing. The show a couple years ago gave us best cigar, boutique cigar of the year for Big Papi. A little bit of industry recognition, which is nice. Up here, it's just going to be a little bit hard to see on camera. We have the Cimarron. It's our middle of the road offering, the 750 stick. We have it in 2 different shades and 3 different sizes. We have it in a San Andres Maduro and a Honduran Connecticut. Now, what might be interesting to your viewership is our Puro Ambar.
That is a beautiful stick.
So
Nice.
this is one of our original blends that we came out with about 10 years ago, and it's done okay for us. A couple of years ago, we were getting some feedback from our retailers that a lot of females were gravitating towards this particular cigar. It's not a flavored cigar, it's a premium all long leaf cigar, but they really like the presentation, and it's a mild Dominican puro. We started running out of some of the tobaccos that made that cigar special. So rather than shutting down the brand, we took that blend and presented it to a panel of female smokers. Said, "Here's a reblend of what we're doing.
Okay.
You tell us if it's matching your palate." They said, "It's fantastic. I love the nutmeg. I like this. Can you tweak this?" We went back to them a few weeks later with a whole new blend that they, from their feedback, and that's how we get Puro
Oh,
Ambar.
that's really nice.
All females, again, pointed right towards them, and it does very well. Guys love it, but the females say it's got nutmeg, it's got apricot, things that I can't pick out. So I don't have the same nuanced palate that they do.
Yeah, exactly.
So $7 to $8 price point, 3 different sizes. We also have it in a Corona.
Oh, yeah, that's. I think this is a size women like too. They like a Corona.
Feels good in the
A
hand,
little bit.
you know, nice long smoke.
Yeah.
Of course, we have the Polita, which is the original blend. The factory came out with it in 1956. What's interesting about this cigar is the wrapper. The wrapper is Negrito. Negrito is an old seed from the 50s and 60s. People stopped using it. We brought it back as the anniversary blend for this particular cigar, 60th anniversary. So when you smoke a Polita, you're smoking that vintage, original blend from the factory from the 1950s.
Okay. Nice. So that's really nice. Well, that's a really well-rounded palette going on here. I mean, really, yeah. Yeah, so that's really nice. So I haven't had a chance to stop here and talk to you. This was just kind of random, so I'll have to be sure to come back
Oh, please do.
when I've got more time.
It's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
Thank
too.
for your time.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, so this is always one of my favorite stops. One of my first stops is here at Crux with Sam. Let's go look at Crux Cigars.
Let's do it. Let's do
You know,
it.
my favorite is the Bull and Bear.
Bull and Bear, fantastic cigar.
Yeah.
It's our fullest body, but it's more of a medium plus strength
Okay.
when you consider industry standard. But fantastic, clean finish, delicious cigar.
I think it's a medium plus for me.
Yeah.
And I smoke fairly strong cigars.
Yeah, there are definitely cigars on the market that are going to be fuller bodied,
Yeah.
you know, more of a gut punch.
Yeah.
We don't blend any of our cigars to do any of that. You know, we want you to
Right.
take the time to smoke our cigars and enjoy it. If you take an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, we want you to enjoy that experience, savor it, enjoy the
Yeah.
flavors, and be done with it when you're done with it, and move on to whatever you're going to do. If you're going to have dinner, grab a cocktail, smoke a different cigar. We don't want to leave that palate trauma, nothing that's going to stay with you after you're done
And
smoking.
I don't think the strength takes away from
No,
the
it
flavor at all.
complements it very well.
It's a delicious
Yeah.
cigar. It's a delicious cigar. Yeah, and the other one that people like a lot is the Epicure.
Yep, pure
Which is,
Maduro.
yeah, that's a little bit milder. So for people who just it might be too much.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I had a lady earlier, and she said she's tried them all and she loved them all. The only one she hadn't tried was the Maduro. And I said, well, why not? She said, oh, you know, a little too heavy for me. And I said, but you haven't smoked it. She goes, yeah, I know, but look at it. Oh. And that's what's funny.
Right? Yeah.
I get that a lot because it does have a nice, bold Mexican San Andres wrapper, nice, rich, dark color.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's going to be heavy, it's going to be full, but it's really medium to medium plus, and it's very approachable.
Yeah.
And that's something you get somebody to believe what you're saying, and they'll try it, and they're pleasantly surprised.
That's what I heard too, and that it has a little bit of a smoothness. I don't know
Very
about
smooth, very
creaminess, but a
smooth, yeah.
smoothness.
A little bit of cocoa, a little bit
Yeah.
of like molasses sweetness.
Yeah.
But just fantastic representation of that wrapper in our
Yeah.
blend.
And that's a nice cigar. I think you could smoke anytime.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm smoking it right now.
So what's your newest?
So our newest is a re-release of one of our previous products.
Okay.
It's actually over here. If we want to do a company move, are we allowed to do that?
Oh yeah.
Company move. You just warned me, and I was like, oh,
Right?
well,
I haven't tripped yet, but it's certainly
I better not screw it up. So,
there's no do-overs.
so we brought the new Connoisseur line back with our
Okay.
rebranded packaging. We brought that back in July of last year.
Okay.
So historically, there was only 3 sizes. We added a 4th size. So that 4th size is the Corona Gorda version, which is my favorite. It's one that we kind of made for us because we really love this size cigar, and it was just a great representation of the blend. The rest of the line, the only one we're missing here is the number 1, which is the True Lancero, 7.5 by 38. But we've got the number 2, which is a short Lancero. We've got the number 3, which is the Panatella, and then the
Okay.
Corona Gorda.
I don't think I've tried
Fantastic.
that size. So how does that affect?
You're gonna
we
get a
still
little-
do have like a multiple bikini band.
Yeah, so we had to
That's
change the band a little
cute.
bit.
Yeah.
For the viewers at home,
Yeah, let's
we
show 'em.
did a rebrand, and we did what some of us call the bikini band because it has this top and bottom, and then it has the little cutouts on the side. Well, that type of band with the smaller ring gauge cigars, specifically the Lanceros and the Panatella, it wouldn't fold right. It wouldn't wrap right. So we had to do a different band. We modified our current band and gave it longer with the logo vertical, the name vertical, a couple more slits in the bikini. So it's like
Yeah, that's
it's like
really cool.
it's like a fun
That's like
one piece.
I have a swimsuit that has
Yeah,
like strings on the side, so it's
I
like
have a-
my suit.
very similar swimsuit.
So I'm gonna give you one of my cigars.
Uh-oh.
I just have a cigar come out,
Okay.
and when they were designing it, I was like, it's a bikini band, like crap.
Okay,
'Cause
I'm
I'm
excited.
so impressed by the bikini band because it shows the beauty of the cigar. When you have a larger band, you don't want to cover up the stick.
Who
you
doesn't
know?
love a
So hopefully Amy will grab a cigar and hand it to you, and you can see mine.
Well, this is great because normally I give out the cigars. Oh, this
Right?
is cool. She looks familiar. So I will smoke this. What is this?
Familiar?
Yeah. The hat must be hiding the horns.
Yes. You can't come into
I-
TPE with my horn showing.
I do love I love the band. I love the cartoonized version of you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember when I met you first in TPE last year. First thing I said to you was I complimented you because I love your hair.
Yeah.
I love your hair. It looks great. Truly, I mean
Right?
that. So this looks great.
Yeah.
Can you tell me about this real quick? I know we're
It's
talking
a-
about Crux, but
Yeah, it's a Nicaraguan Puro,
okay.
Seco leaves.
Okay, cool.
he gave me a couple blends to try to choose which one I wanted, and one was the San Andreas wrapper, which is my favorite. And he thought I would pick that.
Yep.
The second I smoked this, I was like, this is so unusual. So I'm going to be excited for you to see what you
Yeah,
think.
fantastic.
Lots of mesquite,
Ooh.
like campfire,
Okay,
like bark, very woody, smoky.
perfect.
Really good with, like, if you have barbecue tonight in
Yeah.
Vegas or something.
I'm gonna tuck it
Something
away in my
grilled.
personal humidor because
Okay.
I always bring my personal cigars
Yeah.
because
They
we smoke
could
cigars all
probably
day.
rest for a bit.
Well, and I want to
So-
make sure that I can smoke it on a fresh, clean palette
Yeah.
where I can really enjoy it, not
Yeah.
just smoke it as my next cigar in the lineup
Yeah.
and I don't get what I'm supposed to get from it.
Well, you inspired the bikini band. So one of the guys who was designing the band, he was the one I was going to do a double band, so
Right.
her and then a foot band, and he was like, "Let's connect it," and I was like, "It'll be a bikini band like Crux."
I love it. I love it.
'Cause I
Imitation
think-
is the sincerest form of flattery.
Exactly, and I love that you. How long ago did you kind of relabel? You
The
redid
rebrand,
the
the rebrand happened at PCH, or sorry, well, it was IPCPR 2019.
Yeah.
So it'll be 3 years this July.
Okay.
We announced the new packaging, re-released it,
Okay.
and it's done fantastic for us. I came on board a little over 2 years ago, so I didn't sell the previous packaging,
Yeah.
but we've had a handful of accounts that have noticed a big uptick in the sales because they brought in the new packaging, they got it swapped out, and then we've even had some accounts that brought us back in because of the packaging, and they've been very, very, very happy
Yeah.
with the performance.
So I've also noticed, I don't know if you have, but I've noticed cigars, some are tweaking their bands and they're doing colors.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's possible that they see, and I talk to people too, and they're like, oh yeah, I love Crux. I think I smoke, they always say, they don't say the name of that, the
Exactly,
orange
exactly,
band,
exactly.
the teal band. So,
Well, one of the things that I did my first day on the job,
yeah,
which, one of the things I love about Crux is it's a collaborative effort. It's a small team, but we're truly a team.
Yeah.
So they take our ideas and considerations, and they don't just go, oh, you're just a Texas rep. Just stick to selling cigars. Don't give us
Right.
ideas. But one of the things I noticed was our original price sheet was just black and white, no pictures or images. But I said, look, we have all these colors, and people are going to remember the color
Yeah.
before they're going to remember the name.
Yep.
They'll remember, oh, it was like a Toro, and it was red, I think. It was
Yeah.
blue or green or whatever. So I said, why don't we make a price sheet that has some sort of image or even just the band
Yeah.
so that they can associate the color with what that section is,
Yeah.
and they immediately know what they're talking about. And
Yeah.
they changed that day. And so that was when I knew that, hey, they took an idea that I threw out, and they might have hated it. I didn't
Yeah.
know. They took the idea and they said, yeah, it's a great idea. And they put it into production. And
Okay,
that's how our
awesome.
price sheets are now.
So I will be getting Crux in the lounge. Mike does have a D license.
Perfect. I'm excited.
So
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm
So
very excited to hear that. And gives
Me
me a
too.
reason to come back to SoCal and say hi to everybody.
right? I know.
I don't
So-
think I'm allowed to say SoCal because I was told
really.
by another California transplant that only people that aren't from Southern California say SoCal.
That's true.
But I don't know. I think I say it all. Cali, SoCal.
That's true. And you have to put a "the" in front of all the freeways as well.
When I moved to Texas, that was the hardest thing I had to break myself up. Because if you go somewhere in Texas, especially as a California transplant, if you go somewhere and say, oh yeah, well, I live right off the 35, they're going to be like, what?
Right?
The 35? You mean 35? Well, so it's so weird.
Yeah.
But like I can talk about if I'm in San Antonio, Texas, and I hit 10 freeway.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to California, I'm going on the 10.
Exactly.
It's
When I lived in Oregon, we would get on I-5.
Yep.
Here it's the 5.
it's so funny
So,
how that's
I know,
regional.
it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently it's just right there. So
Yeah.
it's fun. So I'm really excited that.
Well, I'm excited too.
Yeah. As soon
I'm
as I
very
got
excited.
the lounge, I had like a list of 5 cigars I knew I wanted in
Yeah.
there. And it's a little bit of a process, but
No, yeah,
you're
I'm
on there, and
I'm
I'm
very excited to hear that.
Yeah.
And like I said, it gives me a reason to come out and say
Yeah,
hi.
and there's not a lot of Crux hanging around.
No,
Like,
because a lot of the shops don't have that license,
okay.
and with the taxing and stuff like that, different states are so different.
Yeah.
In Texas, you need 2 different permits.
Yeah.
Some states you don't even really have a permit, so it can get kind of confusing.
Yeah.
I have 8 states that I cover, and it's different for every state.
Yeah.
What you need to actually open an order. So,
Yeah.
and that's kind of one of the issues we face with California, and it's something that we've had on the list of a territory to reach
Yeah.
into. But we just had to make sure we got all the information, did it the right way.
And we talked about that. You might be coming out there and really kind of.
Yeah, I volunteered that if they need somebody to kind of help start the territory and lay some groundwork, being from Southern California, I haven't been back
Yeah.
in almost 7 years, 6.5 years. So
And there's a
Um,
lot of new little lounges that have
yeah,
popped up.
a lot of
So,
great food.
yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my God, right?
Yeah, I'm excited. You're making me excited. I hope it happens
I
soon.
know.
No
Me
one's-
too.
No one's paying attention, but I hope it
Well,
happens soon.
wait. It's still kind of chilly.
Yeah.
Give us a month.
Spring in
is-
California.
Spring is February.
Yeah, spring's next month.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, it's great. It's always fun talking to you.
Absolutely. Great to
and
see you.
You're the man.
Thank you for the cigar.
Absolutely.
We're gonna hug if that's okay.
Okay. We always hug. Gotta hug. Okay.
Thank you very much. I know a guy.
I need a scarf in California,
I
but
wear mine all the time, and I get
Do
made
you?
fun of in Austin. Yeah. I
might-
send somebody a picture of me
I might
smoking
have
my
to come back and get one of those.
I know a guy.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you, Paul.
You want next? There she is. I don't know where we're going. Oh, it's in Las Vegas, Sin City. We are at the convention center. Yeah. Okay, so our next stop here is with Casa Cuevas Cigars, and I just made a purchase, so they're going to be in Center Cigar Club. So let's talk to the son of the owner, right? And what's your first name?
Alec Cuevas.
Alec. Okay, I'm Paula. Nice to meet you. So, let's see. What can we talk about Cuevas? Because I've talked about them quite a bit. So I'm trying to think of questions I haven't asked before. Let's talk about what's your latest cigar?
Okay. So debuting here currently at TPE 2022
Okay.
is our 7x43 Lanceros.
Okay, so this has a little story.
Yes.
So let's talk about the story because
Right.
I love that. Okay.
Back in 2018, this blend came into fruition. We wanted to get something a little bit different out of our wheelhouse. My grandfather, off the bat, said, "Hey, you know what? Let's make it a 43 gauge, so it's not as tight of a draw." But going into production, it was limited run, 500 count boxes of only Habano and Maduro. Fast forward, 2019 comes around the corner, early January. A group of 7 guys came in through the middle of the night, found our warehouse distribution center in Miami, broke in through the back, and wiped us out completely of 25,000 cigars. Yeah, it was kind of intense. The core line product, which we had at the time, was easy to go on ahead and get back into our possession. My grandfather owns the factory, so that was able to come in by the week's end. But the Lanceros, we didn't know in good conscience if you bought a certain box or if it was stolen. We had no way of telling. We also didn't want retailers alike and just consumers to be waiting another half a year for the whole production to go back into the fray. So instead, we came out with the Mondaria, otherwise known as the sledgehammer.
Which
The
is
same
what they
tool,
use to break
exactly.
in, right?
So that all came down full circle, but going through it, we'll do local events in Miami, and this was when the flacos were no longer found. So if you bought them great before the robbery, you had them. It became our own unicorn, for lack of a better term, because individuals would gift us flacos, and it's something that we hadn't smoked ourselves in 2 to 3 years. I mean, it's been a good amount of time. That in mind, and finally telling my dad, egging him on by a year and a half or so, I said, I think it's about time we should re-release them. And he finally agreed to it. So we doubled down, and here they are, debuting finally here at TP.
So great. So I ordered a couple boxes of them. So
phenomenal.
I'm super excited to have them, and I love the little story too.
It's a little,
So-
it's bittersweet,
Yeah,
but regardless, I mean, it turned out to be a great thing.
yeah. So you are second generation,
5th generation.
5th generation.
So it goes back to my great great grandfather.
Okay.
Used to actually grow and cultivate tobacco back in Pinar del Rio, back in Cuba.
Okay.
My grandfather wanted to keep that legacy going, and he decided to get a factory with my granduncle at the time in the Dominican Republic. They went their separate ways, but my grandfather kept the factory. Further on down the line, my father says, "You know what? I want a piece of the pie with this legacy. I think it's a nice tradition to carry forth." And he wanted to go gung-ho into it. So before the brand was ever a thing, we were manufacturers for 33 years as of this year. Good amount of time.
Wow.
Yeah. And 2017 rolls around the corner. FDA says, listen, if you're going to go on ahead and release a brands or even a blend or anything like that, now's your opportunity to do so before you're not allowed to anymore. My grandfather bit the trigger and he said, you know what, let's go on ahead and do it. Started off with a Maduro, with a Habano in Connecticut, and then I finally came on board full time now. Recently finished up college and I had the absolute pleasure of finally being full time with my father.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what'd you study in college?
I studied marketing and I also studied accounting.
Okay.
Going-
So all that's going to help.
Oh, tremendously. As of right now, I'm still able to apply certain things into the actual business itself.
Oh, yeah.
It's super intriguing. I personally am a geek. I
Yeah.
love that stuff. So
But you know, it's so nice with family-owned companies like this to have the younger generation, just like a fresh eye. I mean, the world is very different than it was when your father was young. All this social media, all this stuff going on. It's really nice to have that fresh blood, and you just seem so excited about it and passionate, and that's what you need in this business, right? So
definitely.
yeah.
You know, sales and everything else aside, a good reason as to why I came full on board and why I just have this, I guess, passion for it, like
Yeah.
you said, is mostly because of the stories and the cool people you get to meet.
Yeah.
Conversations are phenomenal. You get to learn something new every other day, and
Yeah.
that's one of the coolest things about this industry.
Yeah.
It's educational. Phenomenal.
And that's what's neat about TPE here. So if you guys have not come before, it's a really great thing to come to. And that's why I like interviewing you guys too. Like, we can give all the information about the technical side of the cigars, but it's really nice to hear the backstory about the passion and where that comes from and how it's going to move forward. So that's the part I really like.
I think that's the best part.
Yeah, so it was fun to interview you because I talked, and your dad is so lovely. Oh my gosh.
People do say that. Well, one, that we sound similar.
Yeah,
I'm well aware of that, but the mannerisms I definitely picked
yeah.
up from him.
He's just so kind. And, like, just hugs you from the beginning, and I've only met him a couple times, and I feel like family.
It's
So,
Cuban love,
right?
as I would call it. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I haven't gone to Cuba yet.
Neither have I,
I will go.
surprisingly. So
Let's plan a trip.
let's do it. All right,
Right?
right on. That sounds like a good time.
I know.
All
Let's
right.
stop talking about it and do it. As soon as this COVID is like, well,
Exactly.
it's
Dispersing
supposedly
little by little,
yes,
right?
yes. So in the next year, we'll have to
Definitely
book our
plan it out.
airlines.
I'll give you a
Oh, that'd
ring.
be great. Yeah, that'd be great because you could speak the language and I can't. So I need you to go with me.
Got it. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to be a translator.
I have a French background, and so when I try to speak Spanish, it's horrendous. People have said, just stop trying.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They're like, you're so bad, just stop. They've tried to teach me and they've just said stop. So I need someone to come with me.
Got
So great meeting you. I love talking to you. It's just so great. Thank you. And yeah, I'm so excited to carry Crux. I did a little dance when I bought the boxes. Thank you. Okay.
So I see that you're a
Hang on.
media outlet, I suppose?
Yeah, live right now. So, yeah.
Fantastic. So, basically, we're going
Tell them who you are again because they probably missed it. So,
My name is Gabriel Perez with Creatives Group Public Relations, and we're fortunate enough to represent a lot of the companies that you spoke, like Casa Cuevas. We worked with AJ Fernandez in the past. We worked with Davidoff. Many are so. I was just hoping to introduce myself.
yeah,
So I
that's
can get your contact. We'd like to send out information, press releases to try and keep everyone up to date. So
That's absolutely fantastic. So we've got I'll get you a card. We've got your information
Fantastic.
on your, so that's
perfect.
exciting.
Thank you. So I'll look to just add your info onto our mailing list, right?
Okay,
So
yeah.
get our info.
And I'm going to be carrying Casa Cuevas in my lounge. So I made an
Fantastic.
order. So
Great. You guys are
they've
located
got my
anywhere?
information too. Whittier, California. So 30 minutes from LA. So, when we're in California, we don't talk about miles. We talk about minutes. Because it can be 12 miles, but it's going to take you an hour and a half. It just depends on where it is. So that's why I say 30 minutes from LA, 30, 40 minutes.
So it's great to meet you.
Great to meet you
I'll
too.
be in contact, okay?
Okay, great. Thanks for jumping on. How are we doing on time? We got a couple more people to go see. What is our schedule? Do I have time to interview Robert?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's turn around with La Polina in the back here. I love La Polina because it's like my namesake. 15 minutes, and who is next? Okay, so our next guest will be Steve Saka at Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust. But
Oh, well, thanks for
my friend is here, and so we're going to let him jump on because he's the most interesting man in the world. It's true. Well, you know they fired that guy?
Yeah,
They need a new guy. You should be the guy.
I believe you should see some videos coming up.
Oh, I can't wait. Okay, so give them your information. You guys have to follow this guy.
Cigar Adventure on Instagram. I'll put some videos up later. You'll see all my fans following me and stalking me through the TPE. And I got a big surprise at the end.
I'm not his fan. He's my fan.
Oh, okay.
You have a big surprise at the end?
Oh yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be like you have to stay tuned for it. I'll try to edit it all together, maybe as one reel, but.
So it's going to be one of those things where people always say, watch until the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch till the end. You follow my stories. You'll see all the fans one at a time, and they progress, and you'll see.
I don't think I'm in that reel.
No, because I'm your fan.
Wow. We'll have to talk about that later. We're having fun though here at TPE.
Oh yeah, it's great. You can get Roxy, JP's here. The whole crew's here.
Yeah.
Yep. So what else is going on?
Not much, but I just wanted to talk more about you. So Cigar Adventure, the word adventure is in there.
Yep.
So you're out in the wilds.
Always.
And he like cooks these fantastic meals, has a smoke. And I think I always tell this story because it just blew me away, that one video. He's out where were you with the rotisserie chicken?
So that was an off-road trip because it takes some equipment to get there.
Okay.
So, but it's like 18 miles. I go off-road into the mountains. So I have like a bunch of cooking equipment. I had some of the stuff to kind of pre-do the sticks. So I made a rotisserie using the river. So I got some sticks, some duct tape, put everything together, and so made a campfire that's maybe 10 feet away from the water, and it's spinning, and it's a rotisserie.
Yeah. It's like he shows this chicken on a rotisserie, and then as he pans back, you see that the rotisserie is sitting in the creek, and there's like these little paddles, and as the water runs by, it turns the rotisserie. Yeah. Okay, that is phenomenal.
Yeah. It wasn't my original idea. I got it from a guy in Australia. He did it, and so I copied what he was doing.
Oh, it's so great. But I've seen you make like these delicious, beautiful meals, and there's snow on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And then he always has a smoke after.
Yeah.
And then you also have this little thing that you do where every time you go to a hotel, you take photos of yourself in a robe.
Yeah.
In a hotel robe.
Yeah, maybe I need to make another page just for that. So
yeah.
I do a big bunch of robes and stuff like that. So I'll do a bunch of hotel robe pics. And so I'll have some of those coming up later too.
Are you doing an OnlyFans with that?
I will be. I was thinking about it since I do tease a lot about doing OnlyFans. So I've been looking into actually making a real page for it. It'll be a free subscription, but just to have it.
And well worth it too. Well worth it. So yeah, great. Thank you for jumping on. It was
You're welcome.
Great. It's always great to talk to you.
Maybe we'll get JP to come in here.
No?
He does interviews.
I don't do interviews.
Somebody's too good for an interview.
Look, he's turning red. He's shy.
Put him on camera.
Then he's on. If you can, then I jump over there. He's in the interview. Okay. So you just got here.
How are you?
Hi. Good.
Good.
How are you?
Good. We're just getting here right now, getting the swing of things, and checking everybody out.
Great.
This is actually really good.
What are you smoking?
It's a Metropolitan from Ferrero and Tego.
Oh, okay.
Met the owner. It's really cool guy. Look at that bird line.
Oh my gosh,
It's stacking up really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. I like it.
Smoking a Casa Cuevas.
There you go. That's a nice one too.
Yep.
Yeah, smells everything.
Good. Get ready to go.
Asking some questions about how the show has been.
Oh, well, he just got here.
No, I wasn't here yesterday.
No,
We
he just got
literally
here. But you've been to a bunch of these. Yes, we're live on YouTube. So, but you've been to a bunch of these shows, and what do you like about it? Like, what's your biggest takeaway? Like, I do this because what?
I just like coming to the shows, seeing everybody here.
Yeah.
Hanging out, partying, smoking cigars.
And it's fun to
enjoying
meet people
relaxing.
that you know on
Exactly.
Instagram and talk to them, but you've never met them in person. And then when you meet them, it's already.
Exactly. It's really cool to see the face behind it. You know?
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Hell of a time.
Okay.
But I'll see you guys later on.
Sounds great.
Right
Yes,
on.
absolutely. Okay, thank you. So we are going to walk over to Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust and get our interview with Steve Saka. I'm so excited. He's a hard man to pin down, but he's on board. Steve. It's a big Drew estate set up over here. They have the giant bridge and they have a DJ. So got some partying going on over there. Here's the man himself. So I'll wait till he's done talking and then we'll get him on. Okay, yeah, because it kind of blocks the noise. And come this way a little bit so he can see me, and then we'll catch him as soon as we can. I don't know. We'll talk to him wherever he wants to. We'll probably wander down there so we can see his cigars. So everybody knows Steve Saka. If you don't know Steve Saka, there's something wrong. I think he put a little post on Instagram last night about a guy who sat down and just said, "I've never heard of you. Tell me about yourself." And his friend who was running the booth said, "Well, I'm a Libra and I like walks on the beach." So if you know Steve Saka, you know that's the kind of smart ass stuff he is. He doesn't take any crap from anybody. And I'm actually feeling really happy that he has agreed to do this interview. So let me see. We're on Steve Saka time, so. Not get an interview with Steve Saka. Looks like he's busy. So we'll see.
Thank you.
We might have to. Yeah, show him. I'll see if I can get his attention. Oh, pissing him off. If not, while we're standing here, show Black Star Line. I love these guys. Love their cigars. They even have a new cigar. The man himself. You're live, so
Cheers.
yeah.
Hello, everybody. Black Star Line
Now,
Cigars.
this is like the coolest booth. This is like a hangout booth. He's even got a candle.
Yeah, it's green apple, too. Off the Saka over there.
I know. Hi.
Hello.
Well, Saka totally dissed me. I was supposed to interview him, and he's like over there doing his business, and so I'm here early
Okay,
because you're ready to talk. I know.
I am.
Film. Too late. Too late. Okay, so here we are at Drunk Chicken Cigars. Did we do anything when you were at the lounge? We didn't do anything live.
No, we didn't do
So
it.
they haven't had a chance to meet you.
No.
Okay. So
So
tell them about yourself and the company.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Eric. I'm with Drunk Chicken Cigars. I'm the national brand ambassador. And Drunk Chicken Cigars, based out of DC. We are a minority, female, veteran-owned company. All our cigars are handmade in the U.S. We have, can you follow me over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we have, excuse me, Chuck. This is our line of cigars, ranging from a homicidal hen, which is a double Ajero, the Sweet Dream, the sweet cigar with a sweet tip, maple, vanilla flavored. Living the Dream is our medium cigar, made Cigar Snob magazine in '87, rated '87. We have the Mother Clucker, the Fat Hen, and the DCO Original, which is our Maduro full body cigar.
What's this little sign here?
The Fluffy Butt.
Hut.
We would have to go for that one, right?
The fluffy butt hut.
Yeah.
What happens in the fluffy butt hut?
Well, you know,
Is that where the cigars are made?
well, what goes on in the Fluffy Butt Hut is I can't even disclose that. Can't disclose.
That's super fun.
This is Cooper, our drunk chicken cigar mascot. As you can see,
And if you rub its breast, it's good luck.
Cooper stay lit. So yeah. So this is he stay lit. So this is our setup. If you're in Vegas, come to the convention center. We are booth 2073. Come on out, check us out.
Yeah. And stay tuned because I'm going to be getting their cigars in Sinner's Lounge. So you'll be able to come try them out.
Awesome.
We're going to have a couple different ones.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Huh? Story in the name. Oh, yeah. Tell a little story about the name. Because
Okay, so
drunk
just
chicken is kind of, is it drunken or drunk? No, it's drunk. Why do so many people say drunken chicken?
yeah, because they're drunk when they say it. I don't know. But
well, we are in Vegas.
yeah. But basically, the short story is the owner, Desiree Silver, she raises chickens, and her and her, some friends was sitting on her back patio smoking cigars and having drinks, and the chickens are running around all crazy. And one of her friends said, "Your chicken look like they're drunk." So she named her patio Drunk Chicken Place. So they would get together every week at Drunk Chicken Place to smoke cigars. So fast forward, she went down to Florida to meet with some rollers down there just to get cigars for her and her fiance because they like to smoke. And took them back, gave them to the friends, and everybody enjoyed them. So every cigar is either the fiance's blend or hers. So they're all based off of their own blends. Someone gave her the idea to brand them, and that's what we have Drunk Chicken Cigars.
Is she here where we can?
She is here.
She's so beautiful. Okay, thank you. Kind of radiates, so it'd be nice to have her here.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's not sure.
So where are we
This
streaming
is
live?
going live on Facebook and YouTube.
Okay.
On my YouTube channel
Oh.
and Facebook.
So you edit and everything.
No, I don't edit.
Oh,
It
it's
just
just
goes
live.
up live.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I thought Eric was gonna be in it.
I did, but they wanted to
I
meet me too,
want
though.
them to all meet.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
This is Desiree.
Hello. So I want them to see the woman behind all. And you were in the
no, I was not.
Okay.
My fiance and I have owned this company
Okay,
together.
so he's the military.
He's the military. He was in the army.
veteran.
Yes. You just don't see him because he's a quiet guy.
Yeah.
He's a tall but quiet guy.
Yeah, it's better for you to be the face.
Yeah, he's behind the
right?
scenes.
Yeah, Eric's met him. Not very many people meet him. He doesn't come to these types of events. And when he does come, he'll help me set up and sit in the back of the room. But he's definitely part of the company. He's amazing. So one day, hopefully, he'll come out.
Well, he told the story about how the name came about. So ago, how long have you guys actually had cigars? Been cigar players?
In the cigar production for sale has been since 2019.
Okay.
But we actually made these cigars in 2018. Myself and Rico is my fiance. Rico to smoke. It was never meant to sell. So the first 5 blends that we came out with are based off our smoking habits.
Yeah.
So Rico likes the DCO, the full body. The Habanos I really love. He loves the Mother Clucker because of the spicy woodiness. The fat head was actually the short tortilla, came out that only for me to go to work, have a quick smoke at lunch,
Yeah.
go back and still keep my job,
Yeah.
feeling relaxed.
Right? That's super nice. I love those little shirts.
Living a dream is because you smoke 3 or 4 cigars a day. You want something smooth and light. You want to pick up and you still want a cigar. That's what that was kind of made for. And the sweet dreams, I love my coffee in the morning because I drink black coffee. But the coffee in the morning, that's a little sugar. And at night, nightcap. But I also find that when I'm doing events like this, that little sweetness while I'm walking around and it doesn't go to my head, it's really key for me right now. So it's become a little different from the original when it was originally made. The homicidal hint was the first cigar that we made for the public. And we did a lot of research what was kind of missing from our 5. And a lot of the comments we received back was fuller body. And so we tried to do a fuller body with a lot more flavor bomb. The homicidal hand.
That seems to be kind of a trend.
Yes.
Like I see people smoking a little bit heavier, fuller bodied cigars and wanting that.
So
Seems like it's shifting a little.
Yeah, well, when we originally made it, we expected it to be full production. Then the Pennsylvania broadleaf went out. It's like almost was distinct. So then we said, okay, no problem. It's still an amazing cigar. We said limited edition, and we would do it once a year, and we become certain that it will come back. It's still growing, it'll come back. So now we're going to produce it once a year, come August. So the next time you see it will be August.
Well, it's amazing for just the short time that you've been out. So you guys, if you haven't heard of them, well, I'm surprised how much ground, like when I'm on Instagram, I'm surprised how many people are coming up with cigars. And I'm hearing they're chicken, drum chicken. So it's like you're doing whatever you're doing, your marketing is working. It's nice you're coming out on the West Coast.
I wanted to just touch on the names because
Okay.
there's a story behind this one,
Okay.
and
We
I
want to
would
hear
like
it. I'm all about
I would like everyone
Okay,
to know.
so quick story. Drunk Chicken is the name of my chicken farm. So I live in the DC area, about 7 miles away, and all my friends, they're city people, and so they come over and see the chickens, and these chickens are drunk, so they're not used to seeing what chickens are like.
Yeah.
So we started with
they
starting.
act drunk? I don't know that either because I'm a city girl.
Well, chickens fight with each other,
Okay.
and they squawk at each
Oh,
other.
okay.
When the sun comes out, they flap their wings and like fall out. The first time they did that, I thought I killed all my chickens at once. I'm like, and they all like fell out, but they like sunbathing. And so they kind of look like they're drunk. What drunk people do, fight with each other, fall out, and stuff
Most
like that.
families,
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
and running over top of each other and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I thought it was funny. So I said, made this plaque and said, welcome to Drunk Chicken, where we smoke cigars, drink whiskey, and we're living the dream. So when we decided to do the cigar company, Drunk Chicken Cigars, this is an extension of how we live. Relax, fun, hang out with friends, and that's kind of how we live. So we wanted to make sure that that comes across in our cigars and the name. So living the dream, living the dream. How you doing? I'm living the dream.
Right.
I'm also having sweet dreams. So that mother clubber right there, that was my first rooster that I had. I could not feed that mother clubber because he would fight me every time I would try to feed them. So I would go out there, um, my little plastic bin, and I would pour the food in there, and I would go in there and give it to him, and he would run and attack me, come off the ground, try to stab me with his spurs in the leg, and then I would fight him with the little plastic bin. I didn't know, what was going on, and my child was right there, and she's cheering me on. Get him, mommy! Get him! Get him! I'm fighting because I'm afraid that he's going to attack her. And I'm like, afterwards, why are you cheering me on? He's right outside my window and he keeps going. And I'm thinking that I'm like protecting her and everything. And so I named the chicken was Midnight. And I'm fighting so much. This mother clucker, stop it, mother clucker. And I didn't want to cuss in front of my kids. So they,
I'm gonna start
one,
using that.
one day they said,
I really need to cut out.
one day they came and said, did you have to fight that mother clucker again? I was like, so I realized I was saying it so much. So it's just a joke for me. That's how the name. The fat hen, we have a big fat, the biggest hen on our thing. She's Big Shirley, so she struts around. Um, so cool. I love to see her strut. Um, so that's why the fat hen is Big Shirley. And the homicidal hen, that's a picture of one of our neighbors' chickens, and she's more hens don't attack, but she'll run after you. So she's homicidal. She's definitely homicidal.
What all that does kind of just, it's like you said, it's a reflection of you and your attitude. It's more fun and lighthearted. Some of these cigar brands are very
Cigars for us is family, fun, relaxation. And that's what we want to reflect in our brand. So that's what we're trying to do. Drunk Chicken Cigars is all about
right. So watch out for drunk chicken. You guys are gonna be. I'm not kidding. Like I just keep seeing it. I'm like, oh my god, you got a great product.
great team.
Coming to California
right.
soon.
Coming to
Sinners,
California.
Sinners
Center
Cigar Club. They're
and
coming.
you're in Bakersfield.
And
You're at a place in
Bakersfield, Lodi, California,
So that
right now.
Yeah. So for people who are watching who are in that area, what do you know the name?
Stogies in Lodi. And we just set up an account in Bakersfield. I don't remember the name of that lounge, but
It's woman owned, and she said she's the only woman owned lounge
That's
in
right.
Bakersfield. So
so
that
we'll
ought to
be
narrow it
posting
down.
to the Drunk Chicken Cigar website
yes.
that new lounge.
So go to www.drunkchickencigar.com/locations, and all the locations that, most of the locations that we're in are on there. And I say most because we do know that some people are selling. We don't always capture all of them, but most of them are on there. So do check it out. That's the easiest way to find out if there's a lounge near you that sells it.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you for having me. Yeah.
But we'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay.
All right, tonight, maybe.
Yes.
I'm back.
Okay, so I think my cigar might have gone out since I've been talking so much. So we have one more person. We're going to try to go back and see if I can capture Steve Saka. I don't like to piss the guy off. You know how he's scream. But I might just have to walk up to him and say, "You ready?" Because it's not easy to get him to interview, and I want to get him on. So. Okay, here we go. I'm feeling strong. Hey, I'm brave. I'm brave.
totally overwhelming. We're already live.
Yeah, we're
But
already live.
I can just stand in the aisle and do it. That's better.
Yeah, wherever you want to go.
Yeah.
Unless you want to show your cigar.
I don't give a fuck about showing shit.
I know, because everybody knows who you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, of course, this is Steve Saka, done
That's
Barton
me.
Tobacco and Trust.
All 370 pounds of loveliness.
Nice.
I gotta start losing some weight. I'm fat. I'm like a stress eater.
We all say that. Look at COVID,
I know, but
I think
I'm
everybody-
the worst, man. I eat like I'm 12 years old,
right?
and I'm like a 57. I don't even know how old I am. 56, 57, somewhere in that range.
Okay.
Like literally, I will drive through and do the quarter pounder with cheese, the large fry, the Dr. Pepper. They have it, which they normally don't. I normally have to get stuck with a Coke product, and then I'll add the nuggets too. It's the worst.
Oh,
It's terrible.
I don't know. It's a struggle for me every day.
Yeah, but you're like doing like beautiful photos. Thank God I don't have to do that. If I
Right?
had to do that, oh my God.
It's all about the angle.
Yeah. Well, I have learned with like fat guys, when you take a picture, it's always better to take it high and tilt the camera down.
Yeah.
Just something about that. Like, it doesn't make you not fat,
Right.
but it makes you a little less
It
fat.
does make you look thinner. Women have learned that trick too.
Yeah.
And like, we don't want like our, no shoots up.
Yeah.
Like, we want it down.
So is this what your customers, your viewers want to hear about?
Yeah.
Selfie shots. How to do the best selfie shot.
Kind of, because you know what? They can go to any million interviews you've done and hear all the technological side of your cigars. What I like is kind of getting to know the person who's talking to you guys. And having
Yeah, I'm a fat guy that eats poorly. I don't think that's a surprise.
But one thing I do want to say is when I started smoking cigars, that's barely 4 years ago. Your cigars were some of my first.
Oh, I feel so
So
honored.
yeah, there were like a few brands, and I've been smoking yours since I've been smoking. So.
Thank you.
And my favorite one of yours is still Unstolen Ballad.
Really?
Yeah, it's my favorite.
So it's very popular. I mean, we do really well with
Yeah.
it. You know, I think it's one of the things that makes us kind of unique as a company. We have a very wide array of offerings. And we have something for the mild medium guy and sober Mesa Brulee with Connecticut shade.
Yeah.
We have something for the person that wants to smoke something stronger and spicier in the Turkey Traca. I mean, there isn't one particular product that I would say is better, because the reality is they're all on equal levels, with the exception of Umbagog. I would consider Umbagog to be a slightly lower grade cigar, but even that's like a $9, $10 cigar. But everything is made top shelf. So it really depends on what you like flavor-wise, what you like strength-wise, what suits your fancy. There isn't one that I tell, well, this is the best we make, because
everybody likes something
everything likes something different. So I think it depends on what you like.
So one thing I want to say about you is I'm always impressed when you post and just you just go deep into when you're blending.
Maybe
you just,
too deep.
You just go deep. I mean, I'm not going to mention names, but there are cigar makers that just, it's a new cigar every 6 months.
Let me say this, though. In the defense of most of the people that you interact with, they don't actually buy tobacco, they don't grow tobacco, they don't actually manufacture cigars. A lot of people that you're interacting with are the sales and marketing, the people that are representing the brand. And look, they have the knowledge that's been given to them, that they've been instructed on, and they're sharing as much as they possibly can. But it's not like they have real hands-on working knowledge. And that's a very unique thing about a company like us. I mean, I am the guy that buys the tobacco. I mean, I've run a factory that made over 100,000 cigars a day. I actually know all the ins and outs. And that just makes it easier for me to communicate about, because I don't have to remember something that I was sold. I'm just sharing with whoever what I've learned or experienced over the years. And that's a tremendous advantage for me. So I don't ever feel put on the spot. You want to ask me about fermentation temperatures. You want to ask me about how long. You want to ask me about, how do you do a sort and a select. I can answer all those uber geeky questions just as a matter of course. My biggest struggle for me is I don't know what to talk about half the time. So what helps me a lot is the better the question, the better the answer for me. Because that really kind of dictates what you get out of me. Because I don't even know what to say. Because I've said everything 1,000 fucking times.
They really
which is
do.
really weird because I kind of have like this nasally, kind of annoying voice.
Well,
I don't like my voice.
people are kind of afraid of it.
Really, you think so?
Me, me included. You know, I came
People
by
say
here
I'm
earlier, I was like,
intimidating. I don't feel that way.
you know, this is what I appreciate about you. You say what you think.
And that's a unique
You're honest
situation
and-
because we're in an industry that doesn't tend to do that.
Exactly.
And I understand why. But also a big difference is I can say stupid shit and I know my boss isn't going to fire me. So that helps a lot. It lets you have a lot more, be more free because I'm going to fire myself.
Exactly.
So, and that makes it different. The only thing that makes it a little different is I've been doing this for 3 decades and I was really active online, you know, back in the days when it was, you know, Usenet news groups and, you know, just bulletin boards. So I've been in this kind of like, not social media atmosphere, but this internet atmosphere. And I learned long ago that you're never going to make everybody happy. It's physically impossible. I mean, I always say that if Mother Teresa had an Instagram account, she would have haters.
Yeah,
It's
yes,
fucking Mother
right?
Teresa, for God's sakes, right?
Absolutely.
So if she can't escape haters, how
yeah.
are you going to escape haters? It's just not going to happen.
Right.
So it's really just a question of you understanding that you are going to alienate some people.
Yeah.
But it's just easier to be who you are
Exactly.
for good or bad. And for the people that it's good, great. For the people that's bad, it sucks. But you're not their cup of tea, and you just because to try to dance that thin fine line is just exhausting. I mean, and I don't think anybody even has a comprehension. Like I can't imagine that the stress that somebody like you is under with trying to satisfy the people that follow you. Because they all have these expectations
I'm
that
kind of
are.
like you though. Like when I do my show, I do what I
Let me
want.
say this.
I like it. I enjoy it. You don't like it?
How do I say this without being derogatory? You are mature enough that you've learned to be comfortable with who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know that that takes time as a person,
yeah.
right?
That's
I mean,
what
look,
I
I'm
love
not the
about
same.
being
I'm not
older.
the same guy that
Yeah.
I was when I was
Oh.
28, 32.
Exactly.
Right? I have a much different perspective on life at this age.
Yeah.
So it kind of takes a little bit of while for you to feel. Look, some people never get there.
I know.
They never get secure.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a big difference. I had a so I don't want to drop names, but it was a really famous rock star, and he was a cigar smoker. And I don't know why we were drinking, and I said, "Hey, what makes somebody cool? Because this guy's cool as fuck, right?
Right.
You know, what makes you cool?" And he said to me, "Just being yourself, just being confident in who you are, and just be who you are, and understand that people aren't all gonna like you, and be okay with that. And that once you're comfortable in your own skin, that makes such a huge difference into how you come off to people, how you interact with people, but understanding you're going to alienate some people.
Yeah.
Just the way it is.
But how many friends do you have to have? How many people do you have to have that like you? Really only need a few.
Yeah. And look,
You only have time for a
friends
few.
are another challenge. Like, I'm a terrible friend.
Yeah.
I'm like carved up in so many directions. Being a friend of mine is not really good. I'm not a good friend.
Yeah.
Because I can't supply the support that you would expect from a friend. You know what I mean? So, and look, and that's part of the sacrifice you have when you're in so many different places. You don't build those kind of deep connections that you normally would in life.
So people are kind of like cigars. It's kind of like you're this blend. You don't have to pretend to be another blend. You're this blend.
Yeah.
Some people are going to like it, and some people aren't. And
What you're hoping is you're hoping that enough will.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you don't need everybody.
Or at least you're doing what you do.
Yeah.
So I just opened a little cigar club.
Oh, really?
It's like a speakeasy club
Okay.
in Whittier, California, which is about 30 miles from LA. And I have your Silver Nissan.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah, I was like, well, I have to, because seriously, I've been smoking your cigars for a long time.
Oh,
So
I appreciate that.
I brought that one in because I think that one has a broad, like
It
a
does.
lot of people like it. I don't have the blue, I just have the straight.
You have the brulee, the light shade one. That one's a huge seller.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's like,
That's
I don't even know what the potential of that brand is. We launched it 3 years ago, and I've never produced enough to satisfy the demand. and we're 3 years into it. So
Yeah.
that one for me is a little. I mean, I know it's wildly successful. And look, I'm making tenfold of it of what I was making 3 years ago. So it's not like I'm intentionally limiting it, but at the same time, I have to also spend my dollars wisely. We're still a very small company. So I make more, but I can't make so many that I way dramatically overproduce. But we keep increasing the production on it. We never hit the ceiling on that one. So I don't know. We'll see.
So I haven't tried it yet, but I'm super intrigued by the Stillwell Star.
Yeah.
Is there a story behind that?
Yeah,
Because
Stillwell-
it has a very unique
yeah.
band.
Stillwell Star is really an odd product. So I've always been a closet pipe smoker. And I say closet because it's not on message, it's not on brand. And the way I got into pipe smoking was when I was enlisted in the Navy, I got into cigar smoking first, but I couldn't afford cigars. I was during the Reagan Navy, $800 a month. There was no money for good cigars. But you can, even today, you can buy a $15 tin of pipe tobacco, really super high-end pipe tobacco. You can smoke 18 to 20 times for $15. The problem is you have to do it in a pipe.
Yeah.
And a pipe is very difficult. Most people that try pipe smoking, they just end up where it doesn't stay lit for more than 60 seconds, and then they burn the living daylights out of their mouth because they're constantly lighting it. So for many, many years, I have taken some of my favorite pipe blends and put them in cigars that I made. I used to do it with Liga Privada, I used to do it with products before that, because I'm lazy. You light a cigar, you just smoke it, it's simple, right? So I've been doing this for a very, very long time. And I don't know whether there's a market for it. No one's ever walked into a cigar store and said, hey, you have a cigar with like some Stove Red Virginia, a little Cypriot Latakia. I just want to touch a Paris. That's never come out of anyone's mouth ever, right?
Sure. Yeah.
But I figured, it's something that I like, and it's something that I do personally. Let's give it a whirl. So I made 4 different ones. I made an aromatic, which is that more kind of flavored style, chocolate, vanilla, sweet kind of pipe tobacco. I made an English style, which is a very traditional, heavier Latakias, Paris, bit fuller in flavor, very traditional, no sweetness at all. I made it's a vapor. Vapors are very big in the pipe world. They're called Virginia Paris. They call them vapors. I called it Bayou because cigar consumers wouldn't know what a vapor is. I say vapor and they're thinking vapor. And then I made a navy blend. So it's 4 individual blends where the cigar was hand tailored to complement the pipe tobacco blend. So that you can get a sense of the flavors and the aromas that you would get. It's not a replacement for a pipe, but it lets you experience some of those pipe sensations that you would get, but in a cigar format that's easy to smoke.
That's exciting.
And so it's a very unique, distinct line. Out of the gate, it's like crazy selling. But it's crazy selling because it's 4 unique cigars. You can't smoke one, even if you smoke the aromatic, you think it sucks. You're like, well, let me try the Navy, let me try the English, because they are totally different. So it's really hard for me to know long term whether this is a good idea or a bad idea. Now, what I do know is it doesn't take away from my Sin sales. It doesn't take away from Ike Rita. It doesn't take away from Brule. What I don't know is there a customer for it? And I won't know that answer probably for another year or 2 at best. But it's definitely interesting. It's definitely unique. And it's definitely something that you haven't smoked before. Now, whether it's good or not, that's going to be in the eye of the beholder.
So I will take a point to try it.
Stillwell.
I love the star. The band. The
Thank
star is so beautiful. Did you?
Yeah, I do all of this.
Yeah.
I like things that are very simplistic and kind of classy and not too over the top. I think if you fling it out too much, it's almost like you're trying too hard. When you look at like classic brands in the world, Louis Vuitton, Cartier, Tiffany, Armani, they don't treat it like Ed Hardy. You know what I mean? They don't try to make it scream at you. And I'm very much the same way. I kind of like that understated look. I want it to be nice, but also I don't want someone to feel like they're buying it because of the packaging.
Okay, so I'm going to give you my cigar.
Okay.
And that band screams at you.
Oh, does it?
But that's just because I'm a little extra.
Oh, you are a little extra.
Yeah, a little extra. I'd love you to have it.
Yeah, thank you.
Nicaraguan Puro, Seco leaves, real smoky, mesquite.
Well, I look
Kinda
forward to it.
good with barbecue or you're grilling something.
Yeah.
Good with a grilled steak.
Excellent. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
You're great.
So let's get you some Stillwell.
Okay, let's do it.
Charlie. All right, 28. We're on the calendar.
Yeah, so you can kind of show, these are his sticks along here, show the,
That's what your shop is that you're here for?
Yes, we'll not cover the shelf. We're for
And here's the English.
okay, this is the aromatic.
That's the aromatic, and this is English. So those are just see what you think.
I'm excited. I've never smoked a pipe, so now I'm gonna kind of think about it.
That with
while I-
pipe smoking is just so much work.
Yeah.
It really is.
I don't know. For some reason, I don't think a woman with a pipe.
You'd be surprised. There are some
There are a
women
lot
pipe
of
smokers.
them,
Yeah,
right?
there are.
I know.
Again, they're in the closet because it's just
Yeah.
not socially acceptable.
Yeah.
They just don't tend to do it in
Yeah.
public because they just, who needs that grief in their life to be judged about, you know,
All
what?
right. Oh yeah, we did a
Yeah, of
all
course.
kinds of stuff.
It's
Right?
way harsher on women than it is on men. It just is. So it was great seeing you.
You. Thank you for taking the time. Okay. Okay, so that was great. So we can probably wrap this show up because we've gone a little long. Do you want to walk over to this wall over here and I'll close you out? Oh, that noise, it's kind of loud, but anyway, so that was great. So we were able to get Steve Saka and he actually gave me sticks, and that's freaking rare. So I'm very excited. I love these. This is that Stillwell Star that I was talking about, with that beautiful band. And so that was really interesting that he talked about these being kind of pipe tobacco blends. That's going to make them taste a little bit different than a regular cigar, so that's really great. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed. We talked to a couple people. We let you walk through TPE here in Vegas. So it's every year in January, at the end of January. And then PCA comes up in July. And that one is open to, so TPE show is really open to retailers. So to get in here, you have to kind of know somebody with a lounge and sneak in under their name. PCA coming up in July is open to the public. It's a little bit bigger and more of the big boys are here. But it's the same thing where you've got the cigar community coming together. They have after parties in the evening. Everybody's just kind of, it's a great time. So you can make one of those, great. I think you'll love it. You'll learn a lot and you get a lot of free sticks. You go home with a lot of free sticks. So, okay, I will see you guys back in California and back at Sinners Club next week. I'm lining up some new shows. I've got a bunch of people I've talked to, so we'll have some new guests coming up on the show. Thank you very much. And you know what I always say, be kind and keep chasing your stars. See you next week.